welcome my colleague Nadia Teger, who is here to represent the German Academic Exchange Service, the DAD, you might know, from Jordan, and is presenting the second part to inform you about academic exchange possibilities between Jordan and Germany, especially for doctors. And in the end, we will present our program Specialized. This is my colleague Inga Thomsen and me, Franziska Kadosch. Nice to meet you all. We are working for the International Placement Service, which is part of the German Federal Employment Agency, and we are active in the program Specialized, which is offering the opportunity to do residency training for doctors from Jordan in Germany. So today you have a quite nice bundle of different support programs, and I'm very glad to give now the word to the Goethe Institute. Thank you.
Thank you, Franziska. Good evening, everyone. My name is Sarah Shinawi. I'm a representative for the language courses at the Goethe Institute, Jordan. Today, I will be presenting alongside my two colleagues, Bela Günther and Shirin Wale, and we will be talking about the language training and the pre-integration phase at Goethe Institute Jordan. We're glad that you're here today, and we are looking forward to share all the information that might be useful for you as doctors who are willing to specialize or to work in Germany. To start with, we are going to cover 3 points. Firstly, the Goethe Institute, and then the language qualification, and last but not least, the pre-integration phase. Goethe Institute, as you many of you heard already, that we as a cultural institute, our main goal is to promote the knowledge of the German language abroad, and our aim is to connect the international world to the German cultural. Our mission is to convey a comprehensive image of Germany, and that is by providing information about the cultural, the social life, the political life, and of course the language, the culture, and Germany. These are the this is our slogan, and these are our main goals. As many of you already know, that the German language is a very important requirement, whatever is the reason for you to go to Germany. I'm sure that so many of you came across the question, if I don't know the language, if I don't know the German language, will I be able to work or to specialize as a doctor in Germany? And the answer for that question is no. The language, the German language, is a very important requirement for you as a doctor who's planning to specialize or to work in Germany. And talking about the language, here we have gathered all the main levels that you might need. I know that so many of you already started or are familiar with the division of the languages, of the levels. To start with is the A1 level. The A11 is the very first level that you need to start with if you're planning to learn German. And to continue, it comes the A2, and then the B1 and the B2, C1 and C2, and so on. Each main level of these is divided into sub-levels. Our colleagues from the Federal employment agency will tell you will give you more details about the requirements, the exact level that you need in order for you to get the recognition for your certificates and apply for the visa and all these details. But mainly the intermediate levels that are usually required, they start from B1, B2, C1. More details on that will come from the colleagues. A very important thing for you to know is that our examination certificates are recognized by the German embassy. It means that for you to be able to get the visa and all the official requirements done, you need to do the official certificate to, whatever the required exam is it, you'll have to do the certificate at the Goethe Institute, as it is the official certificate recognized by the German embassy. Talking about the language, it's really important for you as doctors to know that the language will help you in so many aspects. It's not only that gives you the chance to fulfill the career opportunities that you're looking for, but it gives you a wide variety of chances to integrate, to have a smoother life in Germany. It gives you more confidence in living in Germany. So it's really, really important to get through this phase and to pass this gate before moving to Germany. To talk more specific about the courses and the exams that we offer, maybe a lot of you already know that we have different types of courses. We have the face-to-face courses that takes place at our institute in Jabal Amman. It's the only place where we offer courses in person or face-to-face courses, the only branch in Jordan. The second type of the courses is the online live, and that is via Zoom. They're so similar to the face-to-face courses where you have the chance, wherever you are in Jordan or outside Jordan, to take part or to participate in these classes. Most importantly is to have a working camera and microphone, because you need to be participating all over the class. And these courses, they're, as I mentioned, they're so similar to the face-to-face courses. The other two types are the blended learning courses and the online group courses. If you're, for example, a doctor and you're looking for something more flexible, where you have different shifts in your work, at the same time you need to learn the language, we would recommend this kind of courses where you have more flexibility to attend, as they take part through our learning platform Moodle, and you'll have live sessions as well, but their timing is usually more flexible. Talking about the type of the courses we offer, or what kind of language we offer in our courses. In the normal courses, we offer or we cover general language. You learn step by step, starting from scratch. You learn grammars, vocabulary, and it's a general course that is targeted to all target groups. If you're looking for something more specific, and after reaching a certain level, you'll be able, or you have the chance to enroll in different or more specialized or specific courses. That is, for example, for you as doctors, it's German in hospitals, or for example, German for the profession, where you learn more specific vocabularies that might help you in your specializing process. And another type of courses is we have the individual courses and the conversation courses. So mainly these are the courses we offer. All in all, and to emphasize again the importance of learning the language before moving to Germany, as you will discover from my colleagues later on, how this requirement is very important. Now I will give the word to my colleague Bela Gunther, as she will be talking more about the pre-integration phase. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah, and welcome everyone. My name is Bela Günther, and I'm part of the pre-integration team here at Goethe Institute. And it's a new project that recently started, or better said, is going to start. Well, the pre-integration, as the name already says, is like integration, but that begins in the home country or in the homeland. It's basically actually preparation for life and work in Germany. And as we have already heard from Sarah, language definitely is an important part of it, but as well, of course, is the needed information. Like, for example, what kind of, well, how do I prepare to get the visa, and what do I need to get recognition of my diploma from university? Well, of course, and Sarah already mentioned it a little, at least, we cannot provide you with these kind of information because it's very individual and it's kind of complicated. But what we can do, and this is how we see ourselves, we are the guidance. We can help, at least, to show you where to go, whom to ask, and we are also working together with professionals, just as like the Bundesagentur für Arbeit, for example, who can give you first-hand information and proper information about application or preparation for the visa and the recognition as well. But it's not just about that. It's also about life in Germany. What do I do in Germany? How is work life in Germany? And how do I apply for a job, for example? So our aim basically is to make your start in Germany a little bit easier. Therefore, we offer courses, or we are going to offer courses, seminars, workshops, and trainings. And important to know is that they are all for free. For example, we offer the course Your Way to Germany. It's a weekend workshop. And well, does it contain? It contains, for example, where do I have to go first when I come to Germany or when I arrive in Germany? What do I do? How do I have to do to get an apartment or to open a bank account? How is the health system in Germany? What kind of insurances do I need? How is life with children in Germany? How does the tax system work in Germany? And of course, everyday life. What do I do in my free time? And where do I get informed? For example, like for general questions, if you need some help, like as you probably know, the Red Cross, for example. We also offer the intercultural training. The intercultural training is, again, a weekend training, which first of all gives an overview over what does intercultural communication mean. Then we also offer, like, what does intercultural communication mean at my workplace, in my private life, in public life, and so on. And this is, of course, to provide misunderstandings in Germany that you might face, because definitely there might be some cultural differences here and there. So we try to make it easier for you to understand different cultural views, let's say. And we have the exam preparation, which is also quite important for B1 and B2 levels of Goethe Institute. The idea about this exam preparation is that it should provide you with an idea how the examination at Goethe Institute works, and that you get to know how does the reading part look like, how does the listening part of the examination look like, and of course the oral examination of the Goethe Institute. As you probably know, it's divided. And this exam preparation is reserved for those who are registered at Goethe Institute in a language course, or for those who will take part in an exam at Goethe Institute as well. So then my colleague is going to continue with the rest of the courses.
Yes, hello everybody. I hope everybody can hear me well. My name is Shirin. I also work at Goethe Institute in the pre-integration project for life and work in Germany. Thank you, Sarah and Bele, for the overview of Goethe Institute and also and the introduction of our project. As my colleague already started to present the courses, I will continue with the other ones. These are just a few examples. We have many more. For example, we will offer a free job application training where a teacher will help you in learning how do I write my CV, how do I write my cover letter, my motivation letter, and we are always like dividing them to your profession, because the application process for a doctor might be different than to an engineer. So if you are a doctor, you can apply for the or you can register for the offer of the job application training for doctors, for example. That will help you very well. Also, we offer information sessions for spousal reunification, because as you might know, if your partner is living in Germany as like and working there, living there, you might have the right to reunite with him or her. And how does this work? And all the information we will give you in the spousal reunification information session. Also, we offer an information session again about the professional and educational qualification that's targeting in showing you like what is the life or the working life for a doctor, for example, in Germany. How is the work as an engineer in Germany? Always divided by the profession, so you don't have to listen to how it's for an engineer. If you're not interested, you can register for the information session for doctors, for example. All our offerings, as my colleague already said, are for free. And an additional thing, because we cannot cover all professions, of course, and we cannot cover all individual questions in our seminars and workshops. So additionally, we offer personal consultation in our institute. All information, I will show you where you can find them, like time and date and how you can register. So if you have any individual questions about how to go to Germany, or how life is in Germany, or how do I get the visa, blah, 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 all these things you can ask in our personal consultation. Yeah, so this is the same slide in Arabic. You can have a look if you want, if the English one was not comprehensive. All the other information and detailed information, also the course plan and the detailed course information, what do we offer, when are we offering it, how many times are we offering it, you find on our homepage. It's called Leben und Arbeiten in Deutschland. You can get access through this QR code or just through the Goethe website. We start all of our projects at October 1st. So please stay tuned with the social media accounts of Goethe Institute, because then you can see when the offers are accessible in the application system, and the appointment system. Our target group, like who can join our information sessions, are all employed individuals from Jordan, Syria, and Yemen who are really planning to work and live in Germany. So same information in Arabic again. These slides, we will come to this later. Thank you for your attention so far, and then we would give back the word to Franziska.
Very much. Thank you very much for this. We planned a kind of chronological presentation today, like the support and the projects of the Goethe Institute are of interest at every stage of your career, and language acquisition of German is the basic that if you are planning your future career, your future life in Germany, the language learning will in any way be step one. As you see, we are presenting today in English to make this a little easier maybe, or the acquisition for every in the participant group easier today. Thanks to Goethe Institute, who did a big effort to show you all the slides in Arabic and English. This is excellent. And I'm now handing on in the next part, if you're going in the timeline of your professional life, of your career, like language acquisition at every point, and during the academic phase, we are now handing over to Nadia, who will give you the next presentation on the supporting the projects of the German Academic Exchange Service. Nadia, I'm starting your presentation if you like.
Yes, please. Thank you. My name is Nadia Shker. I am representing the German Academic Exchange Service here, abbreviated by DAAD. I am the program coordinator for the third country scholarships and for the research scholarships, which include the PhD and long and short-term research scholarships. Can we go on a little bit further, Franziska?
You can.
Can I do that?
Yourself,
okay.
Like,
perfect. Yes. Thank you so much.
Very nice.
I will not be very long talking about the DAAD, but it is important to know that we are a self-governing organization of German higher institution organizations. We are publicly funded, mainly by the German federal ministries like the Foreign Office, Education and Research Ministry, the Development Cooperation, and the European Union. Our core mission is to foster international higher cooperation, and our main activities are funding of individuals and higher education institutions, giving information and counseling about study in Germany, and of course, expertise for international higher education cooperation. The DAAD headquarters are in Bonn and Berlin in Germany. Between 1950 and 2020, DAAD funded over 2,690,000 individuals and programs. 600 million is our annual budget. Of course, not for the office in Amman, but for the DAAD as a whole organization. DAAD Regional Office Amman. We have become a regional office 3 years ago. We were an information center. Since then, we grew and are now responsible for Jordan, for Iraq, and Lebanon. We are managing scholarship programs like the PhDs, the research stays. We have long and short research stays, language courses in Germany, and of course, we offer also master scholarships. We give information and study counseling for students and researchers based on their requirements and their needs. We offer individual appointments and open consultations. We have a monthly web seminar where we offer our let's say consultations, information about every aspect of academia in Germany. We have a hotline, which is our phone number. I'll give you all the information after this short presentation. We go to universities. We try to advertise for the German academia, for studying in Germany there. So you are welcome to contact us if you have any questions, any need, any kind of thinking to go to Germany and pursue your studies. In addition to the above, we have some thematic events done for the DAAD alumni, for example, or we hold conferences on special themes that are hot at the moment. In addition to the study fairs at the Jordanian universities and at, let's say sometimes private organizers to promote study in Germany. In this slide, you can have our contact details. We are available on Facebook, LinkedIn. This is our web page. info.amman@dad.de is the email that goes directly to my colleagues to answer all your questions. The phone number below is available every day except Fridays and Saturdays between 8 a.m. and 3 p.m. You can organize individual consultations. Please send an email, give us a phone call. The usual times are every Tuesday and Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. If you can't come on those days and need a special arrangement, then please call us and we will arrange something. Now we go to the scholarship opportunities, which is the most important theme mostly. I'll give you some general information that offers scholarships in the region and for stays in Germany. The criteria for selecting scholarships are the academic merit, the quality of the proposal, the language skills, of course, be it German or English, depending on the program applying for, the relevance of the study or the research project, etc. Next calls are from late spring 2023 or started 2023. Now the PhD scholarships and the research scholarships have ended 31st of August. There are still some master scholarships open. I'll talk to you shortly about that after this slide. The application is usually via our portal. It's an online portal under mydad.de. The value of our scholarships varies depending on the on the program, of course. The monthly allowance for a master's scholarship is 861 euros, 1,200 for a PhD, and 2,100 is for a senior scientist. We cover also the travel costs, the family allowance, insurance, in addition to the language course, which is usually 4 months prior to your study in Germany. Master scholarships. The most famous master scholarship is the EPOS program, which is the development-related postgraduate studies. It's more than 40 programs at German universities. The thing is that between these 44, let's say at the moment there are 44 programs, there are certain programs, certain specializations at certain universities, and the language is mostly in English. What might be of interest to you, since you are mostly doctors, it's the Master in International Health in Berlin or Heidelberg. There is the Master of Science in Global Urban Health at the University of Heidelberg, and a Master in Global Health, Risk Management and Hygiene Policies in Bonn. If you want to know more about these and the requirements for each program and each university, you can log into our link below, and the application is directly at the university, and the university will let us know if you are looking for a scholarship. So it's like this: you apply to the university, mentioning that you're looking for a DAD scholarship, and if your application is very good, is accepted, then the university itself will contact us. Please go to the link. There are more programs, but not all of them might be of interest to you. You will know the deadlines for each program there, and as I said before, the requirements. With this program, the most important criteria is that you have a 2-year experience at your field of study. In 2021, this is an additional information. 18 students from Jordan received an EPOS scholarship from us. So that is a good number. PhD scholarships. For those of you who have finished your master's, looking for a PhD scholarship, the beautiful thing for the PhD scholarships, there are no limitations. All subjects are accepted, and you can be granted a full PhD in Germany, which is between 3 and 4 years. We have also a 1-year grant, which is between 7 and 12 months, and a short-term grant between 1 month and 6 months, depending on the time you need to do a research in Germany, or of course to do a full PhD in Germany. It's open, as I said, for all disciplines. The application is every year between June and end of August. Next year it will start 1st of July, and end on 31st of August, inshallah. The funding is up to 4 years with a stipend of 1,200 euros per month. Further information can be found in the link below, or as I said before, you can reach out to us and we'll provide you with all the needed information. Last year, I don't have the numbers, but in 2021, 34 PhD students from Jordan were funded in this program. We also offer university summer courses. This is mostly important for people still studying either their bachelor or master, because it's not available for people who have graduated. It's for the German language course at a German university. For bachelors and masters, as I said, the duration is between 4 and 8 weeks. For all levels, A1 to C1. It is available for people who have level B1, but if they want to repeat the A1 level in Germany, then they are allowed to do it. The most important thing is that you already have a B1 level and above when applying to this scholarship. You can apply for a general English German course or apply for specialized courses. Let's say German for doctors, German for engineers, etc. The courses and the scholarships can be found in the links below, and the next call is September 2023. So it is very soon. The funding guide is the most important link that you might need when you are looking for a scholarship. The most important thing that you have to consider is that there is a filter there, as you see on your left side or left page. It's important to put that you are a graduate or undergraduate, and then it's very important to include your nationality, because there are special programs for certain nationalities that might not be offered to yours. So please take that into consideration. And the page can't be fully seen here, but at the bottom of the search engine, there is a little box that you can tick or untick. It says that scholarships only. So if you tick it, only the scholarships offered by us will be seen in the list. If you untick the box, then you can see all the scholarships available to you from various German organizations and institutions, including that, of course. Thank you very much for your patience. I hope you have got some information about DAD and about the scholarships that we offer. I hope that you contact us if you need any information, and I will be of course, gladly here to help you with my colleagues. Thank you very much, and I hand over again to Franziska.
Thank you, Nadia.
Schön.
Yeah, thank you so much. I will be taking over. Hello, everyone. My name is Inga Thomsen. I'm also working at the Federal Employment Agency with Franziska, and all right, I hope everyone can see this. I'm starting with our presentation about the program Specialized and about living and working in Germany. So in Germany, we have the situation that we have a lot of work that cannot be done by German professionals, since we simply do not have enough. So we have vacancies in almost all parts in our economy, especially we are missing engineers, we are missing doctors, we're missing other workers in the health sector, we're missing in the hospitality sector, etc. And it's a big problem in our society, but it means that, of course, for people who come from abroad, we have a lot of opportunities right now for you to come to Germany. All right, I will talk a little bit about us, the international services. The official abbreviation is ZAV, Z-A-V, Zentrale Auslands- und Fachvermittlung. That's a very long compound word. We are very proud of our compound words in Germany. And we will talk a little bit about the German labor market. And Franziska later on will be presenting the program Specialized. And we have someone from the program who's currently part of the program who will also report a little bit about how his experience has been. We're very happy to have him. And all right, our services are for job seekers from abroad, for international professionals, for people who come from Germany, who've worked a little time abroad and want to come back. And we also assist employers with finding these professionals. We try to bring them together. For this, we have counseling, a little bit what also the other participants are doing, like how to write a good CV in German, how to go about preparing for living and working in Germany. We have placements with certain companies that we work together with. We have virtual recruitment events, regular information sessions that you can find under www.makeitingermany.com. And we have personal counseling on your perspective in the German labor market, and we also sometimes do recruitment events in the country of origin. The German labor market is and has been for quite a few years very dependent on foreign professionals. We have some economic fluctuations, but those don't tend to change just the fact that we need foreign professionals to keep our economy running, to keep services, to being able to provide services for our citizens. We have a big demographic change in Germany. We don't have enough young people here. We are an aging society, but we do have a strong economy, and we also have a very small unemployment rate of only 5.8%. This is just facts from the last month, from August 2023. And since we don't see that this is changing soon, this is a good time to come to Germany, because we don't expect people who come now to fill a small gap that we say, well, we need someone to fill this position for a year or two, but we know that we need professionals to work in Germany for a long time, especially in the medical sector. And in the medical sector, it's very important to have professional recognition, since this is a sector where we have a lot of rules and regulations governing it. And for the approbation, for the professional recognition of a foreign degree, we have certain factors. This is a very full slide. We have the academic suitability. That means a degree in human medicine needs to be completed, and we need to have the professional admission in the home country, which in Jordan means finishing studies and then working for a year as a doctor. We have several ways of recognition. Automatic recognition is only for European degrees, degrees from Switzerland. We have the equivalence assessment and the knowledge examination. It says here the equivalence assessment is a long duration and high costs. That's maybe not so accurate. The difference between these two, I will come to this a little bit later, but just to state this, the equivalence assessment is when you have all your information about your studies, and you translate them and hand them in, and the German authorities check if what you have studied in your school, what you have learned so far, is equivalent to a German degree. And this is expensive if you have to individually translate your whole curriculum, because this can be thousands of pages. The good thing for Jordan doctors is that's not necessary, because in Jordan you have a national curriculum. This has been translated already several times. So normally it's the costs for this for Jordanian doctors are not that high. It's different if you've studied in another country. For Mexican doctors, for Colombian doctors who don't have a national curriculum, sometimes this whole translation needs to be handed in, and yes, that can be very expensive and can take a long time. The knowledge examination is something that normally needs to be done only if you fail in the equivalence assessment to prove that what you studied abroad is equivalent to studies in Germany. That means after handing everything in, the German authorities find that what you have studied is not equivalent, and then they have a knowledge examination, which means you have to repeat several things and you have to tell them in a setting in Germany that it's just another examination that you are fit to practice medicine. I'm very sorry. The cold season has started in Germany, and I'm afraid I've caught it, so my voice is going a little bit. I hope you can still hear me. Another part is the linguistic aptitude. To start the whole process of approbation, you need to have B2. To finish it, you need to have medical language C1. That's a specialized language test conducted by the regional medical associations. You have to have suitable health. An examination by a physician in Germany is mandatory, but this comes later in the process. And you need to have a criminal record extract that's of course clear, so certificate of good standing, etc. And then when you want to practice medicine in Germany, we have two different things. We have the approbation and we have a temporary license. The temporary license can be issued after passing the FSP, another one of our abbreviation. It's the Fachsprachprüfung, that is the C1 medical language exam. And with a temporary license that's regionally limited, you can only practice in the federal state where you have passed the FSP. It's time limited, only for 2 years. You can work as a medical doctor, but only under supervision of a licensed doctor. And what you do, it cannot be credited for the residency later. And then with the approbation, that's valid nationally, Germany-wide, and permanently valid. You can work independently without supervision, and it's a prerequisite if you want to do the medical residency. The medical residency is our that is the reason why we're doing this program specialized, because while you can already work as a doctor after approbation, our goal is to, and in the program specialized, what we're doing right now is to find doctors who don't only want to work as a doctor, but who want to do the medical residency and work as a specialized doctor in a special field. So it's called Assistenzarzt in Weiterbildung, Ärztin in Weiterbildung. The requirements are the approbation. You need to have a job position as an assistant doctor in training, and then you work under a physician with a permit for advanced training. That means it can be a doctor in gastroenterology, in psychology, etc. And the duration of this is normally around 5 years, sometimes 1 or 2 more years if you have an additional subspecialty. And after that, and it's regionally done, but it's valid nationwide in all of Germany. And if you have already done some specialist qualifications in your country of origin, it can partially be credited in some cases, but this is on a case-by-case basis and we cannot make general assumptions for it. In our program specialized, but also generally in Germany, we're looking for all kinds of doctors, and of course you can always find a single opening in a certain field, but the fields that are the most openings for are psychiatry, internal medicine, including cardiology, gastroenterology, pneumology, intensive care, anesthesiology, neurology, geriatrics, general medicine, and some surgical specialties. I will tell you right away that for orthopedics, I don't know if that's the right word, and plastic surgeons are generally not this much looked after. So we don't have many openings in this area. All right. I know what's always very important is to have a little bit of a salary example. This is yeah, it's a little bit of a generalization, because in Germany, what you earn at a job, what's the official thing that stands on your on the contract, and what you get on your in your konto, it's on your bank account, it's very different depending on what kind of tax class you have. That means if you're married, if you're not married, if you have children, if you are a member of a church that collects taxes. These are the 2 big Christian churches in Germany. So, and all these things get deducted from the gross amount, and then you get the net amount. And the gross salary for a doctor is around 56,000 per annum. That's monthly 4,695. This is, of course, just an example. Income tax that gets deducted is around 900 from this. Church tax would be 70 if you are subjected to that. It's of course always possible to opt out. A lot of Germans do this, regardless of whether are they Christian or not. And then you have mandatory other things like pension insurance, unemployment insurance, health insurance, and the long-time care insurance. And all of this gets deducted, and from your gross salary, and leaving you with a net salary, in this case of 2,818 from 4,695. But of course, this means we have a very big net of insurances in Germany, and these taxes, this insurance pays for all of your own medical expenses. It pays for roads and pavements and schools for kids, which are free, and kindergarten and university education for our young people, etc. So, you pay some, you get some back. All right. And if you come to Germany, we have several different permits, visa regulations, etc. For doctors who have the approbation, the Berufserlaubnis, we have the job seeker visa. That's paragraph 20 from our Aufenthaltsgesetz. And during the recognition process, it would be the paragraph 16D, just so you've heard it. For this, you need the deficit note as a prerequisite. That means you get the 16D, which means you can come to Germany, you can work here already if you have already handed in your documents to the German authority, and the German authority says, yes, you have a medical degree, but no, you still have a deficit. Or of course, if they already grant you an approbation, then that's not for you. Then you will get either the 18B, the blue card, or meaning the paragraph 20. All right. I know this is a lot. It's just so you've heard it. If you are deciding to be part of the specialized program, we will do a lot more on this, but one-on-one, it's a lot of information and it's hard to generalize all of that. All right. Me and my voice are very happy to hand this over to Franziska right now, who will continue with the presentation.
Thank you. So I'm continuing with our second part. After Inge has shown you the general pathway and the general conditions about the German job market for doctors, about which are the steps for a doctor with a foreign degree to obtain a professional license and the approbation in Germany. I'm now presenting the second part of our program, and we are going directly into the benefits of the program Specialized. In the following, I will show you a little bit the differences on what is the on-top idea to go via such a program like Specialized for doctors to Germany, or to pursue the individual pathway for doctors, as a lot of Jordanian doctors do every year. So what is Specialized like? We started as a so-called pilot project in a smaller frame in 2017 for 3 years with only one partner country, and that was Mexico. And this was a quite successful starting phase, and then we transformed into a program, which means Specialized is since 2020 a fixed part of the portfolio of the Federal Employment Agency. And our new partner joined us, the country of Jordan. That's why we are here today. So our cooperation with our partners in Jordan is very fruitful since nearly 3 years now. And we're happy to have such a special Jordan event like today with you, and to see the interest among the high qualified Jordan doctors to come and to work and to specialize in Germany is still high. We have a third partner on board since last year, and this is Colombia. In Germany, our partners are the several ministries, education and research, the foreign affairs, and also the counseling centers for professional recognition. What's the most important information for you is which benefits does the program Specialized offer you as participants, as doctors? First of all, Specialized and our work in the program is free for you. There is no cost to join and to be a participant or an applicant in Specialized. Because the Federal Employment Agency is a state organization, we're not a private recruiter, and that's why our support for you as participants is free. As we are working in Specialized since nearly 5 years now, we can look back onto a network of experts for not only for placement, but also for the entire professional recognition block, I would say, the language acquisition in Germany and the integration in Germany. By now, Specialized has guided several groups of doctors to different regions in Germany. This is why we have a quite established process where we can learn from and where we can rely on every year. But of course, every process and every migration is different, and so you will see, even in Specialized, we are sometimes focusing new situations, and we are all working in our network of experts to have you through all these. Once you're accepted from one of the clinics in Specialized, one of the employers we are cooperating with in Germany, you have a safe workplace. And you have the perspective from this moment on to start into the specialty training, into the residency directly after receiving the approbation. So this is what Specialized is like. We are starting at a quite early phase with you and offer you advice and support for a quite long timeline for our participants throughout this entire process on applying for job offers in the program and the following recognition process for your, and then the following migration process, the visa, the onboarding process, and all steps that are following in Germany up to the approbation. What are the benefits further? In the program Specialized, the C1 medical language course is organized by the program or the network partners. So you do not have to care to find a C1 medical language course on your own, as well as a preparation course for the technical exam, the Kenntnisprüfung, that might apply depending on your degree from Jordan to receive the approbation. One, as I think, very attractive part is that you start at a very early phase, and that is right after your arrival in Germany, to work practically with your future employer. And this is in form either of an internship or a part-time work in your future team. And this takes place in parallel to the C1 language course. So the individual pathway and migration to Germany that you might know from your friends, colleagues from the university is most of the doctors apply for a visa type that allows to follow a language course and come on their own financial means to Germany to do this one step after the other. So they pursue either a hospitation for some months, or they pursue on their own financial means a C1 language course. And in parallel, in Specialized, these two steps are in parallel. So you have kind of a dual system. Once you arrive in Germany with your future hospital, you will do the C1 language course and the internship or part-time work from the beginning in parallel. And this means through this idea, you will have a very early onboarding and possible integration at your future team, at your employer, and you have all the time to get to know both practical work in the hospital and in the new medical system and in the new country and environment and language. And you have in the same time the C1 language course preparing you. So where is Specialized present? Our program is now Germany-wide present, except for the two smallest states and city-states, that is Hamburg and Berlin. Hamburg and Berlin are by now not participating in Specialized, but from the moment on where we find an interesting employment there, we will of course enlarge Specialized to these regions. We started our program from the idea to support the hospitals in smaller cities or so-called rural regions, rural areas, because those mostly are not so active on their own in an international approach to interesting candidates, and therefore have the highest demand of finding qualified staff. And because we are a state organization, we are of course have the idea behind our work to fulfill the need on the German job market. And that's why we started Specialized in smaller and medium-sized cities. At present, it means rather that you will not find the biggest hospitals of all in our program, but that you will find both small cities, both rural areas, and both medium-sized cities. Here. Okay, I would now like to hand over to one of our participants, and I'm very glad to welcome Mr. Ibrahim Al-Haj, who was so friendly to join us today in this round. He knows this presentation by heart. He attended several times, I'm sure. And Inga, could you be so kind to give the word to Ibrahim Al-Haj? I think he's in the moderator role as well. Welcome, Ibrahim.
Yes, thank you, Francisca. And hello, everyone.
So Ibrahim is one of our participants from the group 2023, and he is at the moment in Jordan and was so kind to join us today to tell you a little bit where is he at the moment in the Specialized way and what happened so far and what's going to happen next. So I'm handing over to you.
Thank you, Francisca. Hello, everyone. My name is Ibrahim Al-Haj Ahmed. I am a physician and I am a participant in a Specialized program. Today I'm here to discuss with you my experience so far with the Specialized team. First, I heard about Specialized from a friend, and then I decided to start communicating with Specialized on email. I started by introducing myself, and I asked about the program, what is it, and what kind of help they offer to a doctor who wants to start his career as a doctor in Germany. Specialized team were very nice, helpful, and they always responding very fast, and they provide many important things for any doctor who want to practice medicine in Germany, such as the course, the preparation course for the FSP or the terminology exam, medical terminology, and of course a room or a place to stay, and the most important thing, an opportunity in a hospital in many specialties. Recently I got accepted in St. Barbara Hospital in North Rhine-Westphalia in anesthesiology department as an intern, and hopefully I will get my documents soon from Specialized to apply for visa.
Thank you. Yeah, Ibrahim indeed was very successful in the job interview, because the chief doctor that was conducting the interview with him, Dr. Löb, right? He was very yeah, he was very convinced that he found his right candidate here. I remember his email. So he was really happy about your job interview. And Ms. Al-Haj is now preparing to start in Germany. And at the moment, I must say, unfortunately, he sticks a little bit in the process, right?
Yes,
Because he was much faster than most of our candidates, because he decided earlier that he would like to go to North Rhine-Westphalia and started his recognition process individually earlier. And that's why he was comparing to the rest of our North Rhine-Westphalia group, like in the first row from the process. And at the moment, we are very eagerly waiting for the hospitation confirmation from the hospital. And get the idea, we're calling them like every second day, but it's I hope it's really a question of days. So can you tell us how was for you the job interview in German? Because you did it in German.
okay. I think it's personal a little bit. It depends on the chef, and my chef, Herr Dr. Loeb, is a nice person,
He's a
and
nice one, yeah. That's it.
it was. He's like a flexible person. He explained to me how many departments in the hospital they have, and how many operation rooms, and how many beds in the hospital, and how is the residency program for anesthesiology is going there in Santa Barbara Hospital. He asked me a little bit about myself, what I have done since I graduated from university, why I chose anesthesia as a specialty. Yes, and that would be all.
Perfect. And it's well, I will explain it later in the process, but actually, you are competing in these job interviews and all this application process with the other doctors in the specialist program. So you have less concurrence on the jobs that are offered only to the specialized doctors, but at least you have competition. So it's not it is not a guaranteed placement, and you have to convince from your profile and your qualification in the job interview, and this is what Mr. Al-Haj did very well. And here you see on our map of Germany where his future hospital is located. That is in the city of Hamm. Very well, like in the middle of North Rhine-Westphalia, and North Rhine-Westphalia is very in the west of Germany, close to the border to the Netherlands. Here, this is your goal to go for. And is there any hint or information that you think you would like to give to the other doctors who are interested in a career in Germany in general? Anything?
I think German language is
I agree. Thank you.
Is the most
Yeah.
important thing, and of course the motivation letter and the resume, Lebenslauf.
That's it. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Thank you a lot to be our testimonial today.
Yeah,
I think it's always nice to have such a live example and not just showing all our process in theory, but to have you as a practical example how the migration with Specialized from Jordan to Germany can look like. And I'm sure in the end there will be questions to you, but would you like to add anything, or should I go on? It's up to you, as you like.
No, actually, thanks all for hearing, and I wish you all good luck.
Perfect. We will be in contact.
Yes.
Okay. So after hearing Ibrahim Al-Haj, with this very nice report about his pathway. I will show you in theory how the program timeline in Specialized looks like. So as you see here, we have kind of a timeline from the country of origin, of course, Jordan, to the pathway around on the right to Germany. And this is our participant way through the program. And we're starting in the first phase at the moment where you decide that Germany is of interest for you. Of course, you would start learning German. Most of the doctors start here during the university studies or even before. But the first two important to-dos would be to acquire at least a B1 level of German and to achieve your degree in medicine in Jordan. And from this moment on, as Ibrahim did in the past, you can contact us at the International Placement Service, at the team Specialized, and get in the status of a prospect for the program. This is all. This is not binding anyway. It's just that you are interested to have more information about the program, and with a B1 level and your medicine degree, you can have an initial counseling on the program. What is Specialized like in my personal situation? Once you achieved your professional license in Jordan and have acquired a German language level of B2, then we can go further into detail, start the application process Mr. Anhart told you about, and then you would be in the status of an applicant. We will then prepare together your application documents and to make them matching for to get the interest of a German employer. So we will give you a more individual counseling on the program and say, okay, what are the current options in Specialized? How is your personal planning like? What are your interests for your career? Is there anything we should know? Like, for example, I already started my recognition and so on. And this is all the application phase. And all our applicants in the program, so all doctors who have the B2 level, who have a concrete idea that they would like to apply through the program, and who already have their professional license to practice in Jordan. All those are this applicant group in Specialized. And to this applicant group, we send the so-called regional vacancies or Steckbriefe, where any time where one of our cooperating employers comes up with a new vacancy only for the program participants, we will forward them to you saying this is a new option in this and that region in Germany and this and that residency training. And then it is up to our applicants to decide, am I interested in this vacancy or maybe am I not? For which reason ever. So this is always up to you to decide, would I like to apply to the current regional vacancy or would I like to wait? If you apply, we forward your application documents, as Ibrahim said, the CV, but also your diploma and your language certificate and the motivation letter in German to the hospital. So this is a to-do from the Specialized team to go with all your application papers to the HR department of the hospitals. And mainly it is the chief doctors who of the relevant team in the hospital is then checking all the applications from Specialized, and they decide, so the employer is deciding which candidate would I like to see in a virtual interview. So this is a job interview which takes place online. And once you are successful in this job interview and you receive an employment contract from the hospital, and you yourself, you are convinced you would like to go there and this is the job you would like to do, then you did it, then the placement is completed, and then you will be from then on the status of a participant like Ibrahim at the moment. The application for professional recognition starts in Specialized only at this phase normally. Normally we wait for the commitment and employment contract before we start to apply for the professional recognition. Due to the fact that at the moment where you have not a concrete idea to which region in Germany you would like to go, of course, then you have more options in Specialized, and you can apply Germany-wide, and you can decide that you choose the vacancies that are technically, so medically, of interest for you. We also have candidates like Ibrahim who individually started their professional recognition process before, but the pathway as
Can you hear us again, Franziska? Okay, I think Franziska is not connected anymore. Franziska, we can see your, können dein Bildschirm noch sehen? So, wait a second. I don't know.
Hörst du mich?
Yes, ja, wir hören dich wieder.
Super. Ab wann war ich denn weg?
In the middle of the just like 2 things ago.
Okay, I'm sorry for the interruption. I think this was a technical problem. I will go back to the screen sharing, and Inga, you can just give me a hint if the sound is breaking again. I'm sorry for this. We will go back.
Okay, good. Everyone can hear everything again. Just wait a second. And for everyone, all the questions that you've posted, we will answer at the end of the presentation.
Okay, we're starting with the timeline again, and I think it was interrupted. Any here after placement?
I think so too.
Yeah. Okay. So the participants. The participants in Specialized are those who found a concrete job offer and committed with one of the hospitals about an employment contract, and then start applying for the professional recognition in the region where this future hospital is located. The employer is normally offering a virtual welcome workshop where you will get to know the other participants from Specialized, which will be in your group. In Ibrahim's case, we have a bigger group going to North Rhine-Westphalia and one more participant who will be in the same team like Ibrahim. They are both going to the anesthesiology and both to the same clinic. And they get to know the first time here online in such a welcome workshop where the employer is present and where we are present and all the doctors are present. And also our partners from the networks for the professional recognition are present and inform about the next steps. And the next steps in detail are that once we receive the response from the recognition authority, then we can go and apply for the working permit and the visa in Jordan. And you will, or the specialized doctors, they travel to Germany with a visa along the paragraph 16D Residence Act. And then you can go booking your flight and then you're here. And here you see we are in the second part of the timeline into the gray color now, direction Germany. This is what takes place in Germany now. This is the so-called dual phase where you will, in the same time, have an organized C1 medical German language course to prepare this technical exam, the Fachsprachprüfung. And in the same time, you will do an internship or part-time job in your future team. In Ibrahim's case, it is an internship. We also have regions in Germany where the employers offer directly a part-time job, but you must know in the phase where you go through preparing the C1 medical exam, you technically have not the right to practice as a doctor. That's why an internship or a part-time job as an assistant is the only practical thing that is possible legally in this phase, and that's why many hospitals decide to go via the classical hospitation or internship, and some of them also have the possibility to go in our program for a part-time job. But this is upon decision of the employers. So the participants like Ibrahim, they will start in the same time with a C1 medical German language course and with an internship in the future specialty in the future team. And this is all in the same time where all this big onboarding, integration and welcoming the new colleagues in Germany takes place, and where you have all the time to get settled a little bit in your new environment and to get to know your colleagues and the region. And Hamm, for example, the city where Mr. Al-Hajj will be working, has a very nice park, I know, and has a quite nice swimming pool. And this is, for example, what you could discover in your new neighborhood. And of course, your future employer and hospital and colleagues and so on, everything you're interested in. So this is the phase in the program or in the all onboarding, in the all migration process where the professional training takes place, meaning the parts that are to fulfill in Germany to obtain the professional license. And this is, first of all, the Fachsprachprüfung, which applies to all doctors that did their who do not have the C1 level yet. And with passing successful the C1 exam, you will then receive the temporary license to practice as a doctor in Germany. And this, the so-called Berufserlaubnis. And this is the time where you can then change your employment contract with the hospital and work from then on as a doctor according to the 18B Residence Act paragraph, meaning here the time of the hospitation is done. The internship in Specialized takes place until the moment where you pass the Berufserlaubnis, where you pass the Fachsprachenprüfung and you obtain the temporary license. And then you can work as a doctor under supervision with the temporary license. And here we have two different ways, and this depends a little bit how your medical diploma from Jordan is rated from the relevant recognition authority in Germany. Either the result is that you need an extra occupational preparatory course in blended learning. This will then, of course, be organized by Specialized and take place as well in this dual system. You will be working as a doctor under supervision in your hospital and in the same time follow normally via blended learning a preparatory technical course for the knowledge test to pass the Kenntnisprüfung, the knowledge test. And after passing the Kenntnisprüfung, you have the full approbation in Germany, and meaning you have reached the end of this very long qualification way, starting from learning the German language and completing your medical studies in Jordan through all this way of application and recognition and so on, up to the approbation. And as my colleague Inga Thomsen mentioned before, there is a kind of shortcut, especially for Jordan doctors, at the moment where the result of your professional recognition is that your diploma from Jordan is equivalent, technically. Then you can shorten this pathway up, and you can go directly from passing the C1 exam to the approbation. Because then the technical part doesn't need to be done, because your studies and your medical diploma from Jordan is rated as equivalent to the study of a German university. And here we are at the end of the timeline, because now you have all the points fulfilled. You need to go into the residency training. You will change your employment contract again into a resident doctor in further training. And here from this moment on, you will definitely earn enough to apply for a blue card visa. And you can then start the residency training in the field of medicine that you have applied right from the beginning in Specialized. And this is what the Specialized pathway looks like. I know this slide is more than full, but it shows you on one clips what are the different bullet points, what are the different steps, and how is the way through our program Specialized as a participant. And here you see again what time approximately does this take. So from the beginning up to starting the residency training, we are talking about among 2 to 3 years. The residency training, no, that's not true. That's not true. I'm sorry. The start in Germany can take place from the application after around 6 months to 1 year. And the professional training takes place depending on which steps you need to do. Is it just the C1 language course, or is it the C1 language course and the technical course? Between 6 months to 1 year again. And the residency training itself is a training that then is done on the job and in the hospital. And this is in parallel to working as a doctor. And the residency training, to be specialized in Germany, means that you're learning for 3 more years, 3 to 5 more years, depending from the medical field. So if you're still interested, I would like to show you what is our target group like. We are addressing doctors who have the Jordanian citizenship and, oh, interesting, and have an interest in the demanded medical areas, meaning I'm referring to the slide at the beginning of our presentation. So if you're sure that you see yourself and your professional medical career only in surgery, or only in orthopedics, or only in one field that we did not mention here as a field of shortage, this is actually a precondition. Then you will not find a vacancy in specialized that is of interest for you. Your place of residence should be in Jordan, and you should have been studying successful medicine in one of the Jordan universities and obtained the professional license there. As I mentioned before, if you have the B1 level in German already, you can contact us to start the counseling process in the preparations, meaning a general information on the program, a little bit like we do today, but with a one-to-one counselor from our team. And for placement, we will start with a B2 certificate. Besides this support and organization and so on and placement specialized is offering, there is still the need to have your own financial means and financial savings, especially for the recognition costs and the transport to Germany, because this is not regularly covered. Some hospitals offer it like an on-top gimmick for their future doctors, some do not. And of course, your main aim and motivation should be to do the residency in Germany and to live here, and the idea to spend several years of your career in the near future in Germany should be of interest for you. I can imagine that in our audience today, here in the information session, are a lot of doctors who say, okay, I do not fulfill every of these points, but most of them. Then please don't hesitate to contact us. We will have a look on every individual situation and give you via email or then in a video chat consultation a feedback if specialized is an option for you in general, or is it not? Okay, I'm now leading over just to show you again, specialized is not the only option to work as a doctor in Germany and to the migration and to do successful the migration pathway to Germany. Specialized is a program, and we have a special target group and a special offer, and we know that this offer does not match for everyone. That's why we do a very in detail consultation at the beginning to find out together with you what is your personal situation, what are your goals, what is important for you, and then we can discuss if you see yourself in specialized, if you like to try an application in specialized, or if maybe the individual placement is matching better. You see here in this table both options. Program participation means you're applying through specialized and go through specialized in the program way, and the individual placement means you're doing the classical migration way to Germany without the program. Both have definitely pros and cons, and I will just show you with these 6 different categories how is the difference, or how can the difference be between specialized and the individual placement. In specialized, as you might have noticed from our timeline, the period before the acceptance, meaning the period that you invest in applying or in waiting for specialized vacancies that are of interest for you, and in investing time in applying to these program job vacancies, and then in waiting until one of your applications is successful. This is meant by the period before acceptance. And this period or time is definitely very individually and can be quite long. On the other hand, after acceptance, you normally have a very transparent timeline. Of course, as you have seen at the example of Mr. Al-Hajj, also here it can happen that we have a longer waiting time and seem to stuck in the program or in the process when waiting for the next milestone to achieve that is not foreseen. But normally after the acceptance, and if you're going with a group in specialized, then you have a very transparent idea how much time does it take now until I am in Germany, until I have my C1 exam date, until I can achieve my approbation. In the individual placement, the time schedule is of course flexible. Individual placement means that you are applying on your own to open vacancies in Germany, so that you have not. And this is why it depends a lot on your own commitment, how active you are in writing applications, in writing initial applications to all the hospitals you're interested in. One main difference might be the career objective, because if you're interested in specialized, your objective should be to do a residency training. If you're not sure if you would like to specialize, then maybe the individual placement is better, because there you would firstly aim for the approbation, as many doctors do, to say, I'm working with the approbation. And if I would like to go into a residency, into a specialized training, this is optional. I don't know it right now. And this is also okay. But if you say, okay, I would like to take the opportunity to do such a residency training, and this is my main aim, then this is matching well with specialized. The financial aspects are different as well. In specialized, as I mentioned before, the C1 language course and the preparation course for the Kenntnisprüfung are funded by a public means in Germany, and the employer pays for the faith until you receive the professional license. Meaning, Ibrahim will receive a scholarship and an organized accommodation for all the time until he reaches the C1 and he receives the temporary license to practice. And this is one of the attractive things, I think, in specialized, because in this constellation, in the classical way through specialized, you do not need a blocked bank account for the phase of the hospitation and for the language course phase. In the individual placement, this is different. This is all on your own financial responsibility. You need more financial means definitely on your own, because you need this blocked bank account to apply for the visum. And of course, once you arrived in Germany and once you live in Germany, you have access to apply for the national funding options that we also use, but this would be to be self-organized. Okay, I hope this is clear. Counseling is possible in both alternatives. Specialized, of course, this is us, the team Specialized, and our colleagues in the special team ZSBA for recognition questions. Also, the employer, of course, is offering counseling, and most of the hospitals that we are cooperating with in the program have a so-called integration manager or a contact person in the HR department just for onboarding, just for international staff, and also the regional networks in the region where you are then going to work is supporting you, all on different aspects of the process. The individual placement is supported by counseling as well. And this is another team at the ZAV. The so-called customer center has a team which is only caring for the academic medical professions, so the doctors, and who can support you with ideas on how to apply in Germany and how the job market is like for me and how should I go through this application process until entry, meaning until your arrivals in Germany. The labor market is a little different as well because Specialized covers a very small part of the big labor market in Germany for doctors. The need of doctors is definitely there. But the hospitals who cooperate with us in the program, of course, give some extra efforts and some extra financial means and some extra support. And that's why these job offers are only open to the program participants, meaning your co-applicants who are applying for the same jobs are only the other doctors in Specialized. In case of acceptance, like Ibrahim, you have a secure job. The maybe not so attractive part is that the vacancies in Specialized follow the need of the hospitals, meaning the hospitals decide when they offer new vacancies and which ones. So if you're very fixed on a certain combination of a residency area, maybe internal medicine, and a special region in Germany, maybe North Rhine-Westphalia, and you're very fixed to find this combination, then it might take a long time until such a combination comes up and is possible in one of our program job offers. This is not the case if you go through the individual placement, because then, of course, you can apply to the entire open job market for doctors. With the effect that you have, of course, national concurrence from the German doctors and international concurrence from all other nations who are interested in working as a doctor in Germany. But on the other hand, you are much more flexible concerning the timeline and concerning the region, because you're not depending on waiting if there is a job offer in the program coming up, which is of interest for you. The organizational effort, as we think, is quite lower in Specialized, as nearly all the aspects after being accepted should be organized by the program or the employer. And in the individual placement, all these parts are self-initiated. Okay. Again, this is a slide with a lot of text, but it's just to show you on one slide here which are the differences and which are the options in general for the migration way as a doctor to Germany. And you have the chance to use our program Specialized because you're part of our program country, and we are happy to have Jordan on board, definitely. But of course, the individual placement is always the alternative, and it's all up to you where you think you see yourself better or which is matching better with your individual situation. Okay, what would we like to receive for registration. The registration form you will receive from us via email after this event. Don't be confused. We're using the software EduDip, and EduDip is always generating an automatic email like, thank you for your participation, but this is not it. But you will receive an email from the specialized team with the attachment, and this attachment is our registration form. We would like to have your current CV in German, your university degree, and all the documents you see listed here. You don't have to note it down. I will mention all this in the email that you receive from us. And I'm coming to the end of our presentation, and I'm going back to our screen here. I'm very happy to have you here today. We will have definitely time for the questions, but before we go answering the questions in the chat, I would like to hand over to Shirin again, because we have kind of a surprise in the end now. Okay, Shirin.
Can you open the slides again?
I can.
Thank you. Not this one.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Hier.
That's the wrong one.
Entschuldige.
Ja.
Machst du selber? Super.
Ja, danke. Okay, so the kind colleagues from the Federal Employment Agency, they will come to Jordan in October, and you can book appointments first for a personal consultation with the colleagues here at Goethe Institute. And also they provide information sessions at the Dialogue Point. It's at German Jordanian University for those who don't know it. You can book the appointments through our website, through our appointment system from Goethe Institute. You can use this QR code, or alternatively, if you cannot screen it right now, you can just go to our usual Goethe website. Then you scroll down and you will find, oh, I have this. You will find this. Can you see the red thing? I hope so. You can click on it and then you will come to our appointment system where you can register for the events. It's in German, but you can switch it to Arabic as well. And there you can find either the personal consultation and also the information sessions at the Dialogue Point. I will go back one more time so you can see the dates. Yes, that's it so far.
Danke, Shirin.
Gerne.
Dankeschön. Thank you so much. I have the questions that have been posted in the chat throughout the presentation, and I would like to answer it, or start answering it. First of all, two were about the German courses. One, Moda Akalye, question for Goethe Institute Amman. Are there any plans for a C1 medicine course in the near future? Maybe you want to answer this directly?
Yes, can you hear me, Enga?
Yes.
I can answer the question. Actually, we do have such courses at the Goethe Institute Jordan, but because of the Nachfrage, the request for these questions is not so big, so we would like to ask the person to contact us directly. We will put your name in a waiting list, and hopefully maybe you can also inform, if you have like a network, inform that if any other persons who are interested in such a course. And once we have it in our offer, you will receive a notification from us. But I would like to ask you to contact us directly. You can contact us either per email, info@goethe.de, info goethe.de, or you can write us on our Facebook Messenger or Instagram, and the colleagues will gladly help you. I don't know if there was another question regarding the language. I can't see in chat.
I think there was one, Riham Abu Ara. What if for one reason or another I couldn't go to Germany after taking the free German courses and applying for specialized? Is this a problem? Our answer, if you apply for specialized and change your mind during any time of this, no problem. So that means it's an opportunity. It's not a contract with us. We try to help as good as we can, but if you find a job through other means or change your mind or decide to go to another country completely, no problem for us. The only thing we always ask you is to get in touch with us and tell us what you're thinking, that you changed your mind, etc. So for us, no problem at all. And the free German course, I will give back to you.
Exactly. Actually, this wasn't so clear for us because during this journey, there will not be free language courses. We have free, like through our pre-integration center, there will be free offers, but these are different kind of offers through the courses, the exam preparation, and the cultural and other offers we provide. But I mean, free German courses are not provided from the institute. This has to be clear. Yeah, thank you.
Right. Thank you for clearing that up. All right. Other questions that have been asked. Ahmed Hamdan asked two things. One was, thank you for the presentation. To whom should I reach out for additional information regarding the process of obtaining medical residency in Germany? Yes, that would be us. As we said, it's zav.specialized@arbeitsagentur.de. Wait, Franziska, can you have that? Or maybe we can put it in the chat again, our email address for everyone. And then we can I think, no, it's going to be in the email anyway, right? Yeah, it's going to be in the email anyway. So yes, reach out to us and we will get you the information for everyone who has been part of today. And your other question was, in this scenario where one has already completed their medical studies abroad and subsequently acquires an equivalent degree in Jordan, what would be the option in this case? So if you have studied not in Jordan but in another country and have the equivalence degree in Jordan, the degree that would be the basis of your equivalence or not equivalence in Germany is the degree where you studied. The equivalence degree in Jordan is not something that we accept in Germany. It's the degree that you have from your country of study origin. And in that case, it of course depends on where you have studied. And that's, like, as I said, an individual question. If you get in touch with us, ask the question again, hand in your documents where you've studied, and we can check this. Right, I hope I answered this. If I answer any questions and you still have follow-up questions, just put them in the chat or let me know. Okay, Maher Abu Shaya, thank you so much. Is it possible to combine between residency program and master's degree or PhD simultaneously? I'm not sure. What kind of master's degree would that be? PhD in another field, not medicine, or in medicine? Oh, is that person still here? Yes. Do you want to answer that directly? I have. I think you can open your mic and. Maher Abu Shaya? Yes, medicine related. All right. Normally not with the kind of offers we do have in specialized, because in the residency program you work at the hospital and at the same time you work towards your your specialization. Normally adding another thing, going back to university and studying another thing is too much. Might be possible, but that depends on what you agree on with the hospital. And of course you need a place, a study opportunity as well. So a university that takes you on. I wouldn't say it's absolutely impossible, but it's a special case. I haven't had that case yet. All right. The next question was Kusai Abu Haya. Two of my friends applied for the equivalence assessment and one of them got accepted and the other did not. How would I know that my degree is equivalent or not? Or is it just pure luck based on the employee who's checking my transcript? Yes, we try in Germany to do everything by the book and very very strict and fair, but of course it can be differently interpreted by different people. And if you have studied the same thing at the same year in the same university and have not done any classes differently, have not taken any courses at different professors, etc., and have everything is the same, then that should not have happened. If something is different, it might just be the right decision that something is not accepted. With the Jordan degrees, we have a very, very high chance of granting equivalence directly, but it's not a guarantee. We do not guarantee that, and the process is not the same in all of the 16 federal states that we have in Germany. And so sometimes it might be for you a very, very small deviation, but it might be something that changes from equivalent to not equivalent. I cannot say more since I don't know the cases involved here. All right. Tabitha Saleh, thanks. As a Jordanian doctor graduated from Jordan, do we get to Gleich und Approbation after passing FSP without the need of doing the Kenntnisprüfung, or do we have to do it eventually? All right. I hope that has already been answered. So the Gleichwertigkeit is something that is checked, and after the Gleichwertigkeitsprüfung, after the equivalence assessment, if you have the Gleichwertigkeit and you pass the language course, the FSP, then you get the approbation. If you have not passed the Gleichwertigkeit, then you have to redo some parts of your degree, and you have to do the Kenntnisprüfung. But if you do have the Gleichwertigkeit and get the approbation, no Kenntnisprüfung is needed. That is an extra step that does not apply then. Okay, and the other question from you was how to participate in the specialized program and get step-by-step to reach Germany. Okay, we answered that. Ons als Zaire, how can I know what residency are available to me? In the program Specialized, we work together. Normally, every one of us has one federal state where we work together with the hospitals to and finding new hospitals and get new openings and get the people there to work together with us. And as soon as we have the openings and they say, okay, we will take 2 doctors in orthopedics, 2 doctors in surgery, etc., we will have this information delivered to every one of the doctors who are part of the program Specialized and say, okay, we have an opening, you can apply now. So this is the way you get to know this. Okay, Ahmed Isa, thank you all. I would like to know if neurology program are available in Niedersachsen. Right now, we don't have any openings in Niedersachsen. We will have that in the future. Definitely, we work together with some hospitals in Niedersachsen who have more openings, but not like this week. Maybe in 2 months and 3 months, but not right now. Okay, Rima Al-Najjar, is regional vacancy a residency program? I'm not sure I understand the question. Okay, I did not Rima, are you still
Regional
there?
vacancies means every offer in specialized, every job offer comes from one concrete hospital in one concrete region. This is what regional vacancies mean. And all offers in specialized aim for a residency training.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, and also Rima Al-Najjar wrote, thank you. I would appreciate to provide us with slides to recheck the links. All the links that we have in our slides will be provided in the email, not the slides themselves. I think that's just the email would be too big, but all the information that we have inside, all the links will be there.
But on our website for the program, you find nearly one-on-one the information that we have in the presentation here. I will just type the web address in the chat.
All right. Tarek Al-Baghali, what if someone wasn't Jordanian but studied in Jordan? No problem to us. And Said Abu Zaid, are there any changes to the blocked account requirements if I'm enrolled with Specialized? There are no changes to the requirements. The requirements are still the same, but through Specialized, either if you do the internship or if you work at the clinic, you earn enough so you don't have to have the special the blocked account because you have an official a letter from the hospital to say this person, we are going to hire him or her and pay enough that a blocked account is not necessary. And with that document, if you go to the German embassy, you don't need the blocked account. And the next question was, may I ask if for a reason or another would like to change the employer residency program in the future, would that be possible? If you do find out after you've been accepted and had the interview with the hospital and started working there that you do not want to work there anymore, if there's some problem with the employer, if you say, I'm doing, I don't know, orthodontist. No, that's a bad example. That's not possible. I'm doing surgery. I don't want to do surgery. I want to do internal medicine. Several steps. First of all, we would always say, talk to the employer first. They are all almost always very, very eager to keep you since we need doctors and normally in all kinds of fields. In a big hospital, it's normally possible to change the residency. We have had that in the past that a person says, well, internal is nothing for me. I need to do something else. And then that was not a problem. If you want to change the employer because something really does not fit, also possible. It's normally you don't need to pay anything back, etc. It's not good form to do so because they invest quite a lot in you and it's a lot of work for them and because they help you with so much before you start working there. So if there's a small problem, something that can be solved by talking, we would always recommend it and to try to solve anything that's been working wrong. But if you need to change it, of course you can. There's no law binding you to the hospital for 20 years. All right.
But we would really like you to think about, do you like in general the idea to be in specialized? And if you apply before you sign the contract with the hospital that offers you a residency training in specialized, to really think it over because it's your individual decision, but then should be reliable and fixed. So your aim should really be that you like in the theory, the position and the hospital and the location where you apply for. If you don't, if you have doubts, please do not apply because this is critical for our program. If doctors apply to residency areas they are from the beginning not really interested in. This is not what we are aiming for. But if on this pathway, as Inga explained, there are any kind of personal, practical, whatever difficulties coming up, of course, there will be a possibility to fix it.
All right. Some more questions that popped up while I was talking. Ala Mohammed, can I be accepted in forensic medicine program in Germany? Already done 3 years in Jordan. Rechtsmedizin. We don't have any openings in the Rechtsmedizin yet, and I have not heard of any hospitals coming to us with that, since mostly the Rechtsmedizin is not done in general hospitals, but it's mostly done in other institutions belonging to the police, etc. So that's not an area where I see openings in the future. I'm sorry. Sami Faiz, is it possible to join specialized before finishing B1? No.
Nope.
Yes, that needs to be finished first.
Just adding to the question before, if you already have a completed special training or residency from Jordan, meaning you completed your studies and then you did a residency in Jordan for several years and are already a specialist, and then you would like to do the same residency in Germany again, you must know that normally the residency from abroad is not counted in Germany. This is kind of important point if you're thinking about specializing again in a field where you in Jordan are already a specialist. It might apply that all your professional experience in this residency in Jordan is not taken into account in Germany. But this is a one-on-one individual consultation.
Yes. Thank you so much. And I think the last question, Mohammed Al-Farah, where can I find the specialties in demand across Germany? Statistic for each city. I'm sorry, we don't have that. This is would be buried somewhere in our things, what we've done so far. But no, I'm sorry, we don't have that yet. But get in touch with us and just ask, and we will tell you what's open right now, and maybe even coach you on what you really want and if we think it's possible to have that in the future. All right. And since that was the last question, and we are over the 2-hour mark, which we said, we'll finish in 2 hours. Thank you so much for being there, for asking all of these questions, for listening and showing interest. I really hope to see some of you when we are in Jordan next month. We'll be very happy. And yes, thank you so much to the lovely ladies from the DAAD and to Goethe for being here, and of course to Ibrahim. And yes, you will hear from us. We will write you an email, not tonight, tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
or the next days.
See you soon.
See you soon. Thank you so much. Bye bye.